Hello, I hope you enjoyed the readings on intellectual property and copyright, and that the little quiz on common misconceptions helped you develop a better understanding on some of the tricky issues. As we have seen already, Creative Commons licenses were developed with the specific purpose to enable the widest possible free distribution of an otherwise copyrighted work. They are extensively used by authors who wish to share the work, giving others the right to use it and build upon it. This doesn't mean that you may use the material released under a Creative Commons license in any way. The original authors might have chosen specific conditions of use, which you will have to respect. This being said, as an increasingly important amount of educational material is released under Creative Commons, it's worth taking a closer look at them. 4 components, or permissions, are considered and combined to define the licenses. To start with, attribution of authorship. Proper attribution must be given to the original creator of the work whenever a portion of the work is reused or adapted. This includes a link to the original work, information about the author, and information about the original work's license. Then, the conditions of redistribution. Under the share alike condition, iterations or copies of the original work must be made available under the same license terms. The permission to use licensed material for commercial purposes. Under the non-commercial condition, the work cannot be sold at a profit or used for commercial means such as for profit advertising. However, copies of the work may be purchased in print and given away or sold at cost. And finally, the right to make derivatives. The non-derivatives condition does not allow the work to be altered or remixed. Only identical copies of the work may be redistributed without additional permission from the creator. So, by combining these 4 permissions, we obtain 6 licenses, which can be used to mark the conditions under which a work may be disseminated for free. In this table, the Creative Commons licenses are listed top-down in order of openness, together with the public domain license on the top. The CC-BY is the more open and popular, whilst the last 2, CC-BY-ND and CC-BY-NC&D, are the least open. It's important to notice that the non-derivative restriction does not allow to revise or remix, thus removing the works published with the equal sign from the OER space. You will find abundant information about these licenses on the site of the Creative Commons organization. If you want to find out which license to use to disseminate your own works, there is an online tool, the License Chooser, that you may want to use, as well as additional readings in the FAQ section. But how really open is an open license in practical terms? Let's take 2 well-known examples of educational repositories. Wikipedia, the free online encyclopedia, one of the most important collections of open content and most visited sites on the internet. It requires all derivative works to adopt a specific license, author attribution, and share alike. MIT OpenCourseWare, another important collection of open content, offering free lectures, notes, exams, and videos, requires all derivative works to adopt another specific license, attribution, non-commercial, and share alike. The share alike condition may sometimes make it difficult to adapt or remix material from different sources and redistribute them under the same license. Also, it is sometimes difficult to draw a clear line between the commercial and the non-commercial use of educational material, especially when you need to make distinctions between the for-profit and not-for-profit distribution. While each side clearly believes that the share alike requirement promotes its particular use case, licenses that include requirements and restrictions typically harm the global goals of the broader open content community. Now that we have seen the specificities of the Creative Commons licenses, please take some time to do the following assignment. Read through the documentation provided and the references therein, then assign a Creative Commons license to 2 of digital works of your own. This may be anything from a single drawing that you have created from your courses, a picture that you have taken, an essay you have written, a quiz you have conceived, a PowerPoint presentation, up to a whole course that you are delivering. The goal is that you think of how others may benefit from your work, and in this case, which rights you may want to give them and which you may want to retain. To complete this exercise, please explain in brief the reasons of your choice and submit the assignment on the platform.